difficult part, most important part which could be asked to you in the examination in long 4-mark question. It is the derivation. Derivation, that means the equations which we are obtaining with the help of algebraic method or some mathematical identities. Here we are going to discuss the equations of motion with reference to accelerated motion. Out of 4 marks question, 1 full mark will be allotted to the proper diagram with symbols and the quantities. Besides that, we will derive 3 equations which are having different types of relation like velocity time, position time and position velocity relationship. Each will carry 1 mark and likewise 4 marks are divided. First, let us understand the graph, the diagram. As we are supposed to derive the equations for uniform accelerated motion. When we are saying acceleration, that means we are showing the relation between velocity and time. So here we will draw the graph of velocity against time, that means on y-axis we will take velocity and on x-axis we will take the time. Then 2 types of shapes of the graph is possible. Just observe these 2 figures. Can you find any difference? In this graph, the object is not starting from the origin. It is having some different initial velocity which we are showing by u. But here you can see that object is traveling, it starts from the rest. And that's why the graph is starting from the origin. Besides that, quantities on the proper axis, the other labelings, and based on that, few symbolical expressions. Very first, we are having the symbols as O, A, B and C, which includes 2 shapes, 1 rectangle and 1 triangle. O, A, B, C. This part is representing 1 rectangle and A, B, D is representing 1 triangle. With that, the quantities which we are discussing in physics, as I told that here object is having some initial velocity, that means this part CD or OA is representing the initial velocity and that is symbolized as u. Here we have written CD is equals to u. Then we are having BC, this full line. This will represent, this will intersect on y-axis over here, which shows the, this is initial velocity, this is the final velocity. So we can write BC as V, again CD as U. Then this BD, only this much, BD. That will be the subtraction of BC minus CD. So if I am writing BD, equals to BC minus CD, this much part. Then I can write BD equals to V minus U. That becomes our first expression. Then we are knowing this line OC, which is parallel to AD, that represent time. So this line gives time, this line gives time, this represents initial velocity U. This also represents the initial velocity U. This full is representing the final velocity V. And only this much part, that is V minus U. After the diagram and the description of the diagram, the first relation we are deriving, that is velocity time relation. Why we are saying velocity time? Because the equation which we are getting over here will have velocity as well as the time in that. Fine, you will have the question that where we are going to use all these things. What is the need of this? Why we are doing this? So friends, the most important part of physics, again if you are opting science in 11th standard, then numericals are the important part of physics, and if you remember the formulas, equations and units, which I am saying frequently in my lectures. So these equations 1, 2 and 3 equations which we are deriving will be useful to you for numericals. If you are having question why this many equations, only one equation is not enough? No. In practical life we are having different types of questions, different types of situations. Sometimes we know the time when we have started. We might be knowing the initial velocity, that means from rest, or we were already having some velocity. We are knowing the final velocity and we want to find out the acceleration. Here I had not used the word position or distance. But if I want to find out the distance, I am having initial velocity, I am having acceleration, I am having time. See that over here we don't have the symbol V. That means we least concern in this situation with final velocity. But if I want to find out distance, I know the final velocity, I know the initial velocity, but I don't know the time. So this equation is not going to help me. And I will need another equation. So I am having the third equation, which is having the relation between distance, final velocity, initial velocity and acceleration. There is no time in this equation. So likewise, whatever is the question we are having for numericals, accordingly we have to find out the question, the data, and what we are supposed to find. Based on that we have to select the formula ourselves. And for getting the right formula, all the formulas must be clear in our mind. So please understand that derivation, that is as it is what we have written or what is given in the textbook. But for numericals you are just concerning with the equations, and in that equation you have to substitute the values and you have to show the calculations. After this discussion, we are knowing that the formula, the word formula or symbolical formula you can use for that acceleration. We are doing all these things for acceleration. So we are starting with that acceleration is equals to change in velocity divided by time. Now here what is the change in velocity? We have started with u and we had finished at v. So change in velocity will be v minus u. So I can write change in velocity is equals to this part divided by this part. We have seen in the graphical presentation that velocity upon time. So I can write A equals to BD upon AD. BD represents V minus U from here. Substitute that value and AD. This line is representing time. So substitute T over here. This implies, if I want to find out BD, then this implies BD is equals to A into T. This we will use later on. Again we are getting for AT is equals to BD is V minus U that we had mentioned earlier. And from this, if I am making this V as the subject, then I am getting V equals to U. I am taking on the other side of the equals to sign. So I am getting V equals to U plus AT. That becomes our first equation, which shows the relation between velocity and time. Now for second equation, first of all remember the title, that is position time relation. For that, the distance travelled by the object, position represents distance. So the distance travelled by the object is S, and that is the area of this trapezium, which is having two parts, area of rectangle and area of the triangle. Substitute the symbols from the diagram first. Area of the rectangle, that is length into breadth, that is OA into OC in this graph. Triangle, that is symbolized as plus 1/2 AD into BD. From the formula of area of triangle, half into base into height. Now substitute the physical quantities. These are the mathematical formulas. Now we have to substitute the physical quantities in this. So OA represents U, initial velocity. OC represents time. Half remains as it is. AD is again parallel to OC. That's why we can write that also as T. And BD we have derived over here that it is representing the AT, that is acceleration into time. By simplifying this, we are getting T into T as AT square. So I am getting the relation S equals to UT plus half AT square. This is our second equation. Last and the third equation, that is the equation for position velocity relation. Again we will start with position. So we are writing the area enclosed under OABC. This is one trapezium. So area of this trapezium is equals to, we can use the formula of the area of the trapezium, that is the addition of two sides divided by 2 and multiplied with the side which is intersecting these two parallel lines. So I can write OA plus BC divided by 2 multiplied with OC. Now substitute the physical quantities. As I said just now, OA is our U, BC is our V, OC is our time, and divide that by 2. Remember, I told that here I don't want time. So I have to rewrite the formula of time. From our first equation, we were having that A equals to V minus U by T. In that, if I am making T as the subject, I am getting V minus U upon A. This time formula I have to substitute in place of this time over here. And that's why I will get, already I was having this V plus U. So V plus U, now this I had substituted. So V minus U, already I was having 2 in earlier step, and this A will be multiplied with that in denominator. So I am getting V plus U, V minus U divided by 2A. Now you are very much familiar with the identity of algebra. A plus B, A minus B is equals to A square minus B square. By using this, I can write these two brackets as B square minus U square. Divide by 2A remains as it is. And if I am making this 2A on this side of the equals to, I am getting the equation 2AS is equals to V square minus U square. That is the third equation. Last topic in our chapter, that is the uniform circular motion and the motion of the celestial objects. You can consider for that. And as the path is circular, it will have the circumference of 2 pi r, that is the distance. And distance upon time will give us the velocity of that objects which are traveling in uniform motion. So from that last portion, just remember that one formula. Numericals are asked in exercise. There is last numerical based on that. So V equals to 2 pi r upon t gives us the velocity of the object which travels in uniform circular motion. Dear friends, in 7 lectures we had completed the chapter.
आभार।